is this beautiful edge that features beads that are part of your double crochets. On this video, I'll teach you how to do the Beaded Pintuck Edge. I'll be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 3. So for this design, you're going to start with a foundation chain. That's any number of chains plus 1 for your base chain. I've done 13 chains here. And I also just want to show you that you're going to want to bead your yarn ahead of time. So if you have, in my case, for example, I have 13 chains, I need 12 beads. I have more here, I just put extras, but you're going to be needing 1 bead per stitch. And so if you start, let's say with a foundation chain of 20, you would have 19 stitches, you would need 19 beads. And that's how you're going to want to know how many beads to put through. For this sample, I'm just going to be using 12 beads. So now we're going to move on to row 1 here. For row 1, we're going to be skipping the first chain, and you're going to do 1 single crochet into the second. So we're skipping the first chain into the next, a single crochet. And this row is simple. You just want to do 1 single crochet all the way to the end. So go into each one of the foundation chains and do a single crochet. And I'll meet you when I'm at the end of the row here. All right, this here is the end of row 1 for me. I have 12 stitches. Again, because I have 12 stitches, I'm going to need 12 beads. Let's move on to row 2 here. For row 2, we're going to start with a chain 3. So 1, 2, 3, and flip your work. That chain 3 counts as a double crochet, by the way. You're going to be skipping the first stitch, and into the next, you're going to work a beaded double crochet. So for a beaded double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into the stitch, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, and stop right there. Now we're going to be bringing the first bead through. So grab your beads and then pull it so it's in front of the hook here. This requires a little bit of talent, but once you have your bead right at the base here, then you can go ahead and yarn over and pull through both loops. And that's gonna make that bead be, kind of in the middle of the double crochet there. And this is exactly what we want to do all the way to the end. I'm gonna do it a few more times with you. You're gonna yarn over, go into the single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, stop right there. We're gonna pull the next bead forward. If you can see, I don't really let go of my hook. If you need to let go of it, that's okay. Just make sure that your loops don't slide off of it. But with my left hand here and my other fingers, I'm just kind of helping myself to bring it closer to me. And here we have it. Now it's right next to the base of the double crochet. Now you can yarn over and pull through both loops. And that's that. Let me do it one more time. Go through here, bring my bead, which really is the thing that takes the longest. Now you have your bead next to your stitch, yarn over and pull through both loops. And you'll have your bead kind of showing from the other side. So continue doing this until you get to the very last stitch. I'll do that off camera and I'll see you when I'm done. All right, I just finished the very last stitch here. And I lied to you guys earlier. The very first one, you know how I said I was gonna need 12 beads, but we also skipped the first stitch. So I actually only have 11 beads. And that's because you skipped the first stitch and you went into the next one with a beaded double crochet. So whatever number you thought you had at the beginning minus 1. So you might have 1 or a few beads extra. You can just push them, and then after when you cut your yarn, you'll be able to take them out. This here is the end of row 2 for me. So now we're going to begin row 3. For that, we're chaining 1 and flipping our work. Now we're going to do something a little bit interesting. We're going to be starting the row repeat right away. We're going to be going through the top of the double crochet, kind of like normal. But then you're going to flip your work and you're going to find the back loop of the single crochet of 2 rows ago. And that requires a little bit of practice. So the way that I'm going to show you is by pulling this out and just trying to show you with my needle here. So this is the front of our work where we can see the bead most exposed, and your double crochets are on top of the single crochet of the previous row, right? Now if we flip it, the back loop of the single crochet are these, let me just hold it flat here. They are these threads. They're, I guess, horizontal to the work. They are these threads here. That's going to be the back of the stitch. That's the back of the single crochet of 2 rows ago. So we're going to be going into the back of the single crochet as well as the top of the double crochet. So let me just show you visually what that looks like. So we've chained 1, and now we're going to go into the first stitch, into the top of the first double crochet. Insert your hook into it, and now you're going to go find the back loop of the single crochet, which is this one here. And now we're just going to create a slip stitch. So essentially you're just going to yarn over and pull the yarn through everything, through all the loops there. We're going to do that again. We're going to, let me see here. Yeah, we're going to insert our hook into the next top of the double crochet. Flip your work here. Go and find the back loop of the single crochet, which is, again, it's actually hard to tell. It's this one here. Just a little tight, but there we go. Back loop of the single crochet, and pull it all through. Let's do that again into the next double crochet. Flip your work. Find the back of the next single crochet, which is this one here. And then a slip stitch. And this is what you want to do all the way down. So continue going into the top of the double crochet, flipping your work, finding the back of the single crochet, and then doing a slip stitch through it all. Continue doing this all the way to the end, and I'll see, and actually when you're done, we're going to be just going to the top of the turning chain. So I'm going to meet you at the very end to show you that. Okay, I just finished doing my last one here. So I basically just did the last slip stitch to the top of the double crochet and the back of the single crochet. What this is going to do is basically just push your stitches forward. It kind of pushes the double crochet forward, and therefore your bead is also kind of pushed out. And now you're at the very end of the row, so you just want to do a slip stitch to the top of the turning chain. So into that chain, insert your hook, grab the yarn, pull through with a slip stitch, and you're all done. You can go ahead and cut off your yarn and thread your ends through. Okay, and here we have it. You can see these cute little beads hanging off the work. This is a little thin, so you could do a few more rows of like single crochets before you move on to the double crochets that are beaded. If you wanted a bit of a thicker edge at the top and then have that, you can go ahead and add a few rows in between. But this is what my sample looks like. Super cute. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.